Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding. Thank you. I'm going to say that one more time. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding for Scorpio. Thank you. For those of you who are new, welcome. As you can see, this is a fairly new channel, so make sure you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success and growth of the channel. Thank you. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. May you find the clarity, confirmation, and understanding that you seek or need. All I ask of you, Scorpio, is that you do not force any channel messages. All right. What is Scorpio currently clinging on to? I just got through telling Libra this about someone watching them, studying them, then being and then how do something about operating with them, like being, anywho, you're studying somebody, Scorpio, and the fact that observe is in reverse, this is letting me know that you are doing it you should be getting paid, basically. How whoever it is that you're studying, or whatever it is that you're studying, I don't know if you go to school or not, but let's just say you're studying a person. How much you're studying somebody, you should be getting paid to study people. And I'm not even being funny, because if you got that much time on your hands to study somebody, what are you getting out of it? How do you not know if you're reading the person correctly? Because the reason why I'm asking you this is because people try to tell me about me all the time. People try to read me and it's never right. Never right. Now, if it's right, I'll tell you got it. You're sure right. But no. So, are you sure you're not wasting your time, Scorpio? Let me see. Is Scorpio wasting their time? Guilty in reverse. Eventually you'll realize that you're wasting your time, because this reading is not even going to make you aware that you're wasting your time. Observe is inverted. Guilty is up in the air. It's kind of like you're trying to prove you're wanting something in so much detail, to where you're wanting to throw something in someone's face to say, hey, see, I'm right and you're wrong. Why? That's what I want to know. If you love this person, why are you going out of your way to study them so that you can prove them wrong? Because I see that whatever it is that you're studying is incorrect. You're wasting time watching someone for no reason. It's a reason you're trying to prove someone wrong, but there's no growth. The more and more you study this person, is the further you find yourself away from this person. If you live with this person, you don't talk to this person in the house. But the moment that they walk away, go to work, or whatever it is they do, is the moment you want to communicate. Why is that? Why are you giving this person a hard time? And then you're trying to find every reason to make up your accountability to make the other person feel like they're in the wrong. Tell me more about this study, Cupid. Ugh, I don't like this energy. So for those of you who are married, your spouse is giving you a hard time. And there's no communication in the home. Why am I tapping into married couples? That's what I want to know. But I can't, I'm not, as you can see, you saw me shuffle this deck, Scorpio. I'm not picking cards on my own. But anywho, for those of you who are married, your spouse is not communicating with you until you go to work. So it feels like you feel overbearing by your spouse. It's a little mental abuse here. It could be it. You let me know what the extreme it is, because I see it, but I don't know how extreme it is. But I do know if you're around someone, especially if they're your spouse and they're not communicating with you, and then when you have to focus on everything else, that's when they're a distraction. That's a little complicated. That is overwhelming. That is stressful. It robs you from your peace. All right. If you are engaged, let me tell you what you're getting yourself in home. But once you have to take care of it, oh, there it goes. There's my connection. There it goes. So, and once you have to start doing stuff that you're supposed to do, like whether that's going to a 9 to 5, now your spouse is bothering you and trying to distract you and interrupt your day, is because they are entertaining another person. And I'm not saying this too lightly. All right. It just feels like there's a new runner-up here. Boom. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else. That says new love with the honeymoon. So not only is your spouse entertaining someone else, they are also engaged with someone else. So I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. No, I'm not. Give me another spread for Scorpio, please. Give me another spread for my Scorpio, please. For those of you who are now coming in, I don't entertain stuff like that. But that's what let me give you the advice for those of you who are married and your spouse has proposed to someone else, and they are entertaining a new party. What is the advice for that spread? And we're going to move on. What is the advice? What you don't see, you have failure. Basically, just to ease your mind, it's still the barrier of bad news. The person who has been proposed to and is wearing this ring, they are not aware of you. Okay, they're not aware. They think they're the only one. Okay, so this is a double life situation here. They are not aware of you. Okay. Oh, the advice here is that it's not your fault. Yeah, it's not your fault. All right. Give me another spread. What you don't see, indication is in reverse. Someone is oblivious. Study is coming out. Someone knows that someone is watching them and they're acting like they don't know. All right. Soul. All right. Moment and link. Give me one more. Okay. Connection. I was seeing that when I was going like this, it's an old school toy and it has yellow, red, blue, and it lights, those colors light up, and it's supposed to be like Simon Says, if this one lights up, you hit it and it goes like that. That's what I was seeing. Someone's name could be Simon. Indication is in reverse. You only have one card in reverse. Excuse me. All right. I'm talking to a Scorpio where you're clinging on to long term, okay? And you never are in a connection for a long period of time because you're always telling your new prospects what it is that you want out of the connection. You have indication in reverse, study, connection, soul, moment, link, and maze. And so it never works out. So you're clinging on to why is it that you can't have a successful relationship? It's because you are being asked to no longer tell your prospects what it is you want out of their relationship because they do the opposite. Give me a love oracle, please. We have 211. All right, that's the choice. You keep making the same choice, same twin flame situations, retreat and reverse. Yeah, there's no long term. So in order for you to establish long term is going about when it comes to pursuing the pursuit of a new connection, of creating the establishment of the long-term goal, right? But already operating as if it's already long-term, it fails. All right, Libra, let's pull some I am messages for you. Oh, actually, give me some words of advice for Libra, please. I don't remember the last time we've done readings this late. Humor, growth, indecision, balance, and freedom. Give me one more. All right, I'm talking to a Scorpio. You don't take life serious. You don't when I say you don't take life serious, it's like how do I say this? Like you don't go by a rule book. You just wake up and just do whatever you want to do with no plan, no direction, nothing. It's just you are enjoying life. Denial, acceptance. You keep telling yourself that you're going to start being responsible. But the only time you get ready to gear up to be responsible is when something arises and when responsibility arises. All right. So what you're clinging on to is having a good time all the time instead of, and that's what you're in denial. So technically you're clinging on to denial, but what I see what the denial is just constantly having a good time. But then when responsibility arises, then the worry takes place, right? And then you have indecision. So it's like you're being forced to tell me about this balance. Discipline, yeah. Like I said, you are being forced to take care of your responsibilities than just naturally taking care of your responsibilities and still having a good time in life. Because this worry, it's kind of like, this is, how do I say this? It's careless energy, but in denial about it. Like if I was to look at you from afar, I'm talking to a Scorpio where you look responsible, but if I get closer to you, I now can see who you are. You're not responsible. I can have a good time with you. That's a guarantee. But when it comes to responsibilities, no. So, Scorpio, you are being asked to stop being in denial about taking accountability of being responsible. Okay. Stop being forced to be responsible. All right. Uh, did we pull a love oracle? Give me one more love oracle for Scorpio, please. Love oracle for my Scorpio. Scorpio. Unrequited love is in the air. You may find whoever it is that you're clinging on to, the closer you get to them, you're going to realize that you are not attracted to them. And fill in the blank when I say closer to them. Okay, this could be literally the more you are acquainted with them, you realize that you're the totally opposite of this person. There's no attraction. All right. What else for Scorpio? All right, let me any what is a Scorpio clinging on to behind the scenes? What is my Scorpio clinging on to behind the scenes? What is Scorpio clinging on to behind the scenes? Mind games. I didn't say that. It's in reverse. So this is telling me I'm talking to a Scorpio. This is a new spread. What you're clinging on behind the scenes is you're just too serious. You're just the serious of all serious, and you're being asked, Scorpio, to lighten up. Lighten up. All right. So if we were to look at that previous spread where it had humor, discipline, denial, acceptance, what else was in that spread? Let me see if I can bring it exactly how I saw it. Indecision was here, denial was there, acceptance was here, worry was here, humor was here, balance was here, discipline was here, and freedom was here. This is how it was. Discipline clarified balance. Indecision was here. So growth was here. That's how the spread looked. All right. So for those of you who are being asked to lighten up, okay, enjoy life a little bit more, and then you're going to evolve in this growth here. But it's a decision for when you're ready. And the reason why you're indecisive is because you doubt that there's happiness on the other side. Okay. You worry too much. And this is something that you are aware of. We're not oblivious to the worry, okay? But the denial, all right, you haven't got to the root to what you're denying, all right, on why you're so serious all the time. All right. Um, you're forced to be serious since discipline is clarifying balance here. But in regards to freedom, this is just calm and collective. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're operating in freedom. You look like you're free, right? Not free of taking advantage of, but freedom of like, oh, okay, I see you, Scorpio. But, mentally, you're trapped. This worry is taking control, and you are being asked to lighten up the load when it comes to what you are clinging on behind the scenes. So you're not playing games. You're not playing the game of life because you're too serious. Overall outcome message for Scorpio, please. Thank you. What is the overall outcome message for Scorpio? Let me shuffle this 3 more times. This stock paper is really thick. Hold on. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Overall direction for Scorpio. Message in regards to Scorpio's clinginess, the King of Wands. You're being asked to be confident. You need to be confident. It says the King of Wands is a natural born leader of people and very capable and confident in their abilities. The king isn't interested in creativity per se, but rather taking an idea, enlisting others to help in what is this? In the actualization of it. You have a clear vision of what you want. And the fact of that is, Scorpio, it's time for you to allow people in your life, allow people to help you get involved if you can. But for the most part, with the King of Wands here, I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm talking to a Scorpio where you're clinging on to one particular person and you are not married and you're being asked to sow your royal oats. Get out there and get experience sexually. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reading the card. It's basically saying, go get that experience. Gain the experience. All right. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle, Scorpio. Until we meet again.